Hey everyone, how you doing? It's nice to see you. I'm feeling pretty good today. I'm gonna take my usual walk, right, and vent, talk about the issues at hand, which are what everybody here is going through. Um, you know, Separating and potential divorce. I pretty much got confirmation today that my relationship with my wife isn't going to be salvageable. So that's the worst part. Um, I kind of like know now that um, getting back to my wife isn't what she wants. She told me today she's 100% done and she wants to move forward with her life, and I have to respect that. Nothing I can do about it. I'm hurt by it. I was hoping that there would be a slight chance there that she might want to reconcile, but I don't think she's not. Obviously she's not going to, because she is involved in a relationship with some guy, and apparently it must be going good, and I guess she wants to continue doing that. There's nothing I can do about that, obviously, but a lot of times when a woman gets involved with someone after separating, like I mentioned before, it's really hard to get them back. It really is, especially if that person is nice, kind, and stuff like that. You know how you were when you first met, right? But things happen along the way that puts us in this situation here that that we can't control. That's why this video I'm putting out there, because if we were able to control it, then obviously we wouldn't be in the predicament that we're in right now. Period. We'd be home. Still married. Well, not going through this anyway, that's for sure. So today I got on earlier today, and we're talking about just exercising and keep your mind focused. You have to clear your head a lot of times. You have to keep yourself busy. You really do. The reason why I'm making this video here is because I'm sure there's millions of people out there that's going through this. That's for sure. And if I can reach just one person and keep them from potentially getting a divorce, then that'd be great, right? Or you don't have to be married too. I guess if you're in a committed relationship with someone and not married, it applies to you too, because at the end of the day, it's going to affect you just the same, especially if you love each other. So that's important. So today I want to talk about how I'm going to see my kid tomorrow, which is good. I haven't seen my kid in over a week, and I was told that she misses me and she wants to see me, and I miss her too, and I want to see her. So that's important. I don't need her getting depressed because she's 9 years old. She's a kid. They don't know. They're probably wondering what the heck is going on. And I don't want her to think that I'm the one that doesn't want to see her, because it would crush me for her to think like that. And I want to have a really super great bond with my daughter, because at the end of the day, she's going to always be my daughter regardless of whom I'm with, and that's important, because your daughter is always going to be your daughter. Your kids are always going to be your kids. You want to have a good relationship with them regardless of what happens, whether you're single or you get involved or you decide to get involved again, but for me, I'm going to stay single for a while. I just need to I'm sure this applies to a lot of people too. You have to heal. Obviously, you have to heal your mind. You have to definitely think about moving forward. For me, I know now I have to move forward. It's going to be hard, but I'm going to be okay, because a lot of times throughout the day, I know what's going to happen. I know that divorce is going to be approaching soon, and I'm going to be divorced. Now that I know, I got confirmation today that I'm probably going to be divorced in a couple months. And I'm, in a way, I mean, it kind of hurts a little bit, but I'm kind of, it's, you want to really just get it over with sometimes, because especially if you know you're going to get a divorce, it's just good to get it over with so you can start healing. Hopefully in a couple of months, I'm going to be feeling a lot better, which I probably will. I mean, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt the day that, I might have to go to, court and sign papers or whatever it is I got to do, finalize my divorce. That's going to be brutal. I know it is. It's going to be brutal for a lot of people too, and everybody's going to deal with it differently. But I just want to let you know that you're not doing this alone. There are people out there that care about you, and like me, I know people are going through this too as well. And if they're going through it the way I'm going through it, then I feel for them, because it's brutal. It is, unless you went through this, unless you've gone through this or going through this, you just don't know. I tell people all the time, unless you're going through this, you have no idea what that person has been through, or what they're going through, or what they're about to go through. It's extremely hard, especially when there's kids involved. So for me, if anybody's going through this and know that they're not gonna get back together, my advice to you would be to let it happen. You can't avoid it. You can't stop it. Obviously, if you think like there's a possibility you can get back together, then this really doesn't apply to you. This really applies to the people that know for a fact they're gonna get a divorce. I suggest to just let it happen. Like I said, you can't do anything about it. And you probably need to, now that you have confirmation, you can easily deal with it a little bit better. You don't have to keep thinking about, well, there's a possibility that we might, it's out the window now. Now you know, and now you know what you have to do. You have to just move forward. It's going to be a new chapter in your life. You're going to be single. You're not going to really have a lot of obligations like that. So I suggest, finding something to do with your life. Find some kind of activity to do. If you were a person that used to, go bowling all the time before you met your significant other, then, maybe that's something you want to do again. Just find something that you used to enjoy doing before you got married and you no longer do, because obviously the things that you've done before made you happy. And you like doing it a lot. You just, when you got married, you obviously you had other obligations and you could no longer do that. But also you have to also know that now that you're going to be single, it's something you can, do, and you can also meet people doing like that, going bowling, bowling, shooting pool. Pool's great too, but I prefer not to be in a bar. But bowling is a great way to meet people too as well. Get you out there, you're active, you're meeting people, and you're not thinking about what's going on. Especially what's approaching. You can deal with it a little bit better. When I got the confirmation, it was through a text message. Because I don't really talk to her on the phone. Remember, I had no contact with her, and when you have kids, obviously you do need a line of communication, so you have to text or call, and I prefer to text. So I got confirmation today. She says she's 100% sure doesn't want to come back. She wants to move on with her life. And I'm like, and then she told me that I should too. So that was confirmation for me. And I felt bad about it, but I didn't feel that bad about it like I thought I was going to be, For some reason, it gave me like a little bit of peace of mind. Now that I know, I don't really have to like hold on like I was. It's going to be life-changing, obviously. Everything is life-changing, for her too, or him, and your kids. Everything is change. Everything's going to change. My kid, I'm not going to be able to see my kid every day like I used to, obviously, but I will see her as much as I can, And we might, you'll probably create a better bond with your kid, and that's what you want. Obviously it's a little different, but sometimes when your kids don't see you that often, and when they do see you and they have a good time, it's gonna be a blast. They're gonna miss you. They're gonna love seeing you, and they're gonna want to see you often. It doesn't matter, who's in the picture in terms of her mother being involved, because they know who their dad is. I mean, look, I'm not knocking this guy. He might be a good guy. I don't know. It's not his fault. It was really my wife's fault. She's probably, pursued this guy, and she's a good-looking girl, and she has a lot going on. She has a business and everything like that. But sometimes when you meet a woman like that and she's separated, you're gonna pursue her. And it's totally up to the woman whether she wants to be pursued or not. And obviously she did. So this is why I'm in this situation here, because she could have easily said, well, I'm married, I'm separated, but I don't really have time to be seeing anybody right now or dating anyone right now, and that could have been it. And if she was still single, then that slight chance would have been there, but it's gone. So that's something you have to be aware of, that your significant other probably was being chased by someone else, and then during the time when they were vulnerable, somebody was there. There was somebody there at the right time, and that's just the way it is. So I'm not blaming the guy. If he's a nice guy, that's good. Just as long as he's good to my kid, that'll be great, because eventually I'm going to have to meet him. And if he's a good guy, he's a good guy. Sometimes, like I said, you might not be in your wife's future plans. But you don't know that till something, devastating as a separation causes that stuff, So you have to move forward. Once you realize you're not going to get a divorce, you're not going to get back, you're going to get a divorce, the best thing for you to do is just to really move on and accept it. Now, it's going to suck, obviously, but it's also a learning curve, and it's going to be healthy for you in the long run, because, like I said, once you know, then you can start healing, process information, and move forward with your life, because she's no longer going to be part of the picture, or him. So I think it's easier. You can probably heal a little bit faster now. I'm not saying it's not going to be easy. It's still going to be hard. I mean, I'm still going to be thinking about my wife, and thinking about what the hell went wrong. But it's really spilled milk right now. It's too late, and it's been too late. So now you have to move forward with your life. It's a new chapter in your life, but it could be a positive thing for you too as well. Remember that, because once you heal and you're ready to start going out and dating again, the person